Notes for my March 2026 reading of The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. Today is Sunday, 22 March 2026, and here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, talk through my book and reading notes for my March 2026 reading of a fiction book about a man who served in the United States of America Army during the Vietnam War. The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien, 1990. This is 1998 Broadway Books edition paperback, ISBN in the video description. I started the book on Thursday, 5 March 2026, and finished the book on Saturday, 21 March 2026. It's 247 pages, including the About the Author page. It took me 9 days of reading. 30 pages Thursday, 5 March, 10 pages Friday, 6 March, 20 pages Saturday, 7 March, 20 pages Sunday, 8 March, 60 pages Sunday, 15 March, 30 pages Wednesday, 18 March, 30 pages Thursday, 19 March, 30 pages Friday, 20 March, and then 17 pages Saturday, 21 March. And this is one I read approximately 17.5 years ago. It was August/September 2008. So approximately 17.5 years ago. And for an English class. And it's an interesting book in that, as some people reading it might confuse it with like a biography or an autobiography. And it is, the author might have taken that into account because The Things They Carried, a work of fiction by Tim O'Brien. And they go, but the stories are so real. And he's like, that's why there's a title page that says a work of fiction. And so it was a good book in terms of back then and now of kind of providing a diversity of perspectives on what it might be like to serve in the military, in the Army specifically. And so like one of the things I flagged is like page 9, it took me 9 days to read it, page 9. They're talking about different, so the book is about like, you can think of it as physical things that were carried in the military, but also like the emotional baggage. So like real and kind of metaphorical. And so there's a scope that with its case, you could, like it's gonna quote, it's starlight scope. So I don't know if that's like would that be sniper item possibly. It said it was 6.3 pounds, just the scope with its case. And I'm like, that's right. And I remember this, and I started running with my self-as coach in January 2006, and it was like the peak of physical fitness in my sense is like, they're out there and they've got, full military uniform. They've got a 40-pound pack. They've got, what is that? Like a 60-pound sniper rifle with all of its stuff. And they're out there under fire running 7-minute mile after 7-minute mile. And I'm like, for me, in my taste, there's kind of like no higher level of running competition or athletic competition, so to speak, or something like that. Having to do it oneself, they're not buoyed by the weight of water, right? Water makes a person like 1/10 of their body weight or whatever. It's like, no, on land, carrying it all oneself. And there's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, so it doesn't, I think it helped me kind of contextualize my own running history, this book. And then like I had a granddad who was a sniper in the United States of American Army, and so kind of like being like, I'm a runner and I am not capable of running at those conditions, and I still am like, that would take some serious physical and mental transformation for me to perform at that level, per my perspective, and current abilities. So there's that. And then page 47, a couple other just general notes. Oh, it was a kind of, perhaps they heard of Elvis Presley. There was like, on page 47, it's kind of like dreamy edge of impossibility. Like Elvis Presley has a song like Edge of Reality. And so it kind of came, and then it was like a quote, like running a dead end maze, no way out, unquote, and like caught in a trap. Is like part of Elvis Presley thing. I was like, maybe they'd seen it. I had a little bit of an earworm when they were writing the book, a way of referencing somebody. If I rhyme it with the lyrics of his songs, do you guys get it yet? That there are people who have like served in the military, but I don't want to be in your face, but like, that kind of thing. And then let's see, page. Oh, I really like this. That's just like a general thing. Page 106. Quote, "What you have to do," Sanders said, "is trust your own story. Get the hell out of the way and let it tell itself." Unquote. I was like, yeah. sometimes like we get in our own way, or like we butcher our own stuff. And I was like, sometimes you just gotta trust that what happened, like, it's just the story. Just trust what happened. That was a good pearl of wisdom, you know, for a military or non-military context. So, there we go. That's notes from my March 2026 reading of The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien, and I'll give it a 4 out of 5 stars.